Welcome, Olena.
Hello, Cesar, for inviting me. Happy to talk.
Thank you so much. And first of all, I like to start by asking if you can tell us a little bit about yourself and about the work that you are doing at the moment.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a startup founder who I turned to a startup founder from being a sales consulting company owner for 12 years. So I've been building sales departments for medium and big businesses, and I faced a lot of problems. And when technology started to accelerate very fast 2 years ago, I decided that it's a chance, it's time to switch from the consulting business to product business and IT. So I switched, and it's really interesting to see how it's different comparing to traditional businesses. So right now we are implementing AI agents into sales departments and call centers of corporates. Actually, we're helping them to communicate with their clients faster, better, to increase their efficiency, and also to increase the effectiveness of the call communication and texting communication. So our agents can connect to their CRM system, to their IP telephony, and communicate with the customers through messengers, through just phone calls, and also video meetings, including AI avatar who looks like someone from the company. And with this solution, we automate processes in call centers like insurance companies, financial companies, banks, any other trading or services companies, and it's a very interesting process, I must say.
No, I think it's a very interesting moment, no, to start with witnessing and participating in all this innovation and change. And I have two questions
Yeah.
for you, if I may. First, because I think the first is going to be about motivation. What motivates you to make the jump? Because I think, not from my point of view, is kind of a jumping, going from the sales side of a business to the other side of the business. What is the minimum size that you are, in your experience, you are watching companies, the minimum size a company may have to start thinking in adopting this kind of systems?
I must say that I always was curious, and I will always enjoy changing processes inside companies. I always have been doing the improvements inside sales process, right? Actually, I didn't go far away from that particular idea with my product, because it's like the logical continuation of what I've been doing without technology, now combining the technology and actually the experience in sales of different companies. And, my personal motivation was to make my business more scalable, because consulting business, as you can probably understand, it has some limits. So I couldn't work with more than 5, 10 companies at the same level of quality, or I had to hire a lot of people and so on, and change the processes. And with the IT part, you can scale a lot. So you can onboard the client and they will use your product for years, right? This is the first part. And the second part, I really like to see how technology can improve the businesses and how it can make it efficient. And, the voice technology and all these things, they're continuing improvements every day. Like with my developers, we test every day. We use some new features, some new code or new platforms we integrate together with ours. And what we see is that even 3 months ago, it was not as good as now. And next months and years, it's going to improve significantly. And it means that companies can become like the unicorns or can become a big corporates, even not having a lot of people on board. It's a huge problem to hire people, to teach them how to work, to control them, to motivate them. And, I love people very much, but at the same time, I am more stick to efficiency and to using the resources in a better way, right? So people can be still applied to some negotiation process, to controlling, to creating how processes should be organized inside the company. But at the same time, we can see more and more solo startup founders who don't have a team at all. They arrange everything based on AI agents like chief marketing officer, chief financial officer, chief revenue officer. All of these positions can be substituted right now already, even with existing level of technology. And nearest years, it's gonna be even more. Yeah. So in terms of the size, we can work with kind of any business. And this is the advantage of the platform, that any business can do it by themselves, even just to open the profile and create their AI agent. It's now more or less intuitive, and AI helps a lot. So we have the layer under our platform, which is already taught how to sell, how to approach clients. We have a lot of created already templates, how to communicate with different types of clients. So it's easy right now to do it quite fast. Sometimes I meet founders as a client who are proficient in tech, and they do all the settings right on our meeting. It takes 20, 30 minutes and everything works. But of course, when we say about corporates, it's a more longer process because it needs a lot of integrations. It needs data security part. But still, it's very applicable to any kind of business. For us, the clients we are targeting right now, it's call centers and small, like medium businesses which turn corporates. But at the same time, any client can use us right now.
Wow, it's just incredible to hear it. And as you were speaking, I was remembering that when I was in the Navy, the first time I watched the F-35s in a testing situation, and the guys from the American Air Force said everything that it's doing the airplane, it's beyond everything current airplanes are doing. It was 20 years ago. And the only weakness of the airplane is the pilot, because if we wouldn't have the pilot, the airplane could do even more. So we have reached the point in which actually we can take out the person that it's doing something incredible with an immense amount of skill and grounded in everyday operations.
Yeah, I also see it. And I just will comment. Yeah, I also see that the world is now a little bit divided into two different parts. One part is running very fast with technology. They are trying to adopt all the new instruments and learn how it works. And the other part of the world still continues living as before. And this is like the totally different approach of life. And in the future, we need to switch to the part when we all use technology and when we all implement it for the processes we have in daily life, so it can do the job instead of human, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It will go
And
there anyways.
yes, exactly. Regarding technology, regarding artificial intelligence, I have seen that you are traveling and speaking to many audiences in all the continent. And I want to ask, what is the sentiment or the perspective about the adoption of AI in the European continent? What have you seen or what have you feel in these places that you have been, in these places that you have spoken?
Yeah, I'd like to start my answer with a little comparison European audience and US audience, because I also have been to these places and it's also very different. Like US people, they are very open to try something new, even if it's raw right now, not the perfect. And they are adopting, trying, a lot of iterations, and they succeed in the end. Especially when we are saying about Silicon Valley or these types of places, right? But in Europe, people are way more conservative. So they want technology to work perfectly before they even start to test it, right? And I must say that it's applicable to Ukrainian audience. I'm from Ukraine, so it's the first people I'm talking to. But also, right now I'm living in Spain. I'm traveling to many European countries, and I see different layers of audience. And yes, Europe is way more slower than US in terms of implementation of AI. European people want to use the advantages of technology and AI, but at the same time, they're very scared to lose something because of imperfection of this technology, right? And also, what I'm facing is that, let's say, small and medium businesses, they are faster to make decisions, right? So they want to take the risk and to try something new, and the level of how they make decisions, it's quite small. So it's only the owner of, or the owner of, together with 2 3 top managers, they make decisions, right? And at the same time, they have not so many clients to risk with these clients, so they don't want to use something which is not for sure give them the result. And at the same time, corporates, they have bigger audiences. They are ready to make some tests, but the improvement process takes so long. Let's say we have a very productive meeting with some big corporates. They say, all of them, like, they invite several top managers and maybe someone from management, and they say, yes, we like your solution, let's move on. After that, the next meeting takes 2 weeks to settle. Then it can be changed, like it can be postponed. Then next 2 weeks are passing. Then we send them presentation. Did you check the presentation? Next 2 3 weeks they check in the presentation. So it's quite slow. In US it's not the same. They make decisions fast. You can even make a deal after one meeting, maybe 2 meetings, and the process of scheduling of these meetings is way faster. Yeah, so that's why, first of all, we are working with different clients, with different markets, and yes, I see the differences, and they are significant. It's easier in terms of the speed to start working with US companies, but the competition is so high that you have to be someone very bright, special, maybe saying a little bit more than you have right now. That's all Americans do.
Going from there to start talking about the future of work, and considering that some part of what you are doing is eventually take out human element of certain processes. What is your perspective about the replacement of people due to AI adoption? It's an exaggeration, or it's going to be apocalyptic, like in some places they are saying that it's going to be huge unemployment, or it's really going to open the door to new opportunities for the people that maybe stop doing certain tasks and have the chance now to work on something else.
Yeah, I must say that it's both things that you mentioned at the same time. So it always had two edges, right? Yes, the unemployment will raise, and yes, those people who were doing the job which can be substituted with AI right now, they will have to find other ways to earn money, to like use their energy for, and so on. And at the same time, what I'm seeing right now, because I'm in sales, right? I'm in this layer of people who are making sales. I think that nearest 5 years, maybe 10 years, it's going to be crucial to learn how to implement AI in a daily work of each like salesperson in a company. Because people who are not using AI right now, I guess they still exist. It's obviously true, but they lose so much, and they lose the competition with those who use AI, because those people who use AI, they become like unbeatable. They become so strong and fast and efficient that they win, obviously. So actually, I was recently a speaker in a conference where the whole topic was connected to sales, and a lot of speakers were invited, and it was business trainers, coaches, some business consultants, and so on. So I became a friend with one sales trainer, and he is still teaching people how to sell based on the previous experience, based on the previous approaches, and so on. But we are now thinking that trainers' work should also change, because the corporates have to receive new types of education, new types of training, how to sell using AI for salespeople, let's say, right? So this area will change, because trainers are also afraid that AI will substitute them. So they will not have any work right now, because AI can be a good trainer, right? But human feedback and human approach still is valuable. So each sphere will be touched by AI, and it will be changed anyways. And I think for us, like right now, for all people, it's crucial to learn fast, to be open to receive some new information, to try some new things, not to be stick to the previous ways of living, previous ways of working. And if you are fast and you're flexible, you succeed. If not, something will change.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was thinking now that you were saying this story that I am so old that I remember at my first work, the accountant was still using a typing machine.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to change to start using a computer for the accountant. Yes, he was very, very good with the accountancy and everything, but it was very difficult to make him change from 20 years of using the typing machine to start using a computer. And the compromise was made that he will learn to use an electric typing machine. And he struggled a couple of years with the electric typing machine, and later jump like in 6 months or 3 months to the computer and work with us maybe another 5 or more years. Like at some point, it seems like this technological shift was the end of his career, but then you find a compromise and find a place, this person found a place to continue working in a new technological model. No, so I think it's going to be something like this now, no, with the adoption of these technologies. But this is something very important what you said. No, we cannot afford anymore to not be digitally literate anymore. No, it's we need to preoccupied and worry to learn, even if it's a little bit.
Yeah, I totally agree. And coming back to what I said before, like this separation between two parts of the world, the people who are in technology and those who are not, you know, me being inside and using all these new instruments, trying new agents and all this stuff, I feel constantly that we are late, like we are behind some newest technologies, right? But at the same time, I understand that I'm one of maybe 2, 3, 5% of the people in the earth who actually implement that. And all other people, they're just living their normal daily life. They're not like scared about being behind or all this stuff, right? And this separation will merge anyways. Like these parts of the world will slowly merge, and yes, all other people will have to learn how to use technology, how to be proficient in it, and anyways it will be implemented for 100% of the businesses. Depends on the speed in each area and each business area and each location, like territory.
Mhm.
So yeah, the speed is different. It's true.
Yeah. And we are coming almost to the end of our conversation, but I wanted to ask you because I know that you are also very committed with female entrepreneurship, and if you can tell us a little bit about what is your point of view about female entrepreneurship and the rising of these technologies. Is this technologies helping this specific type of entrepreneurs to maybe move faster or grow faster or open new markets, develop new products? What is what in your experience, in your perspective, how you see this?
Yeah, I definitely think that this technology will speed up any entrepreneurship. It doesn't matter if we are saying about female or male entrepreneurship. It's applicable to any sex. But yes, what I see right now that we can see a lot of women programmers, women developers, who sometimes are even better than men because they are more attentive to details, more calm, and all these things, more organized, maybe. In some cases, I cannot say it's always like that, but I met such people, like women developers, and the instruments like vibe coding or using AI agents, if you learn how to communicate with them, for me, it's also hard. I'm not definitely not a tech person. I'm the business person, entrepreneur, but now I am like obligate. I'm forced to learn how to do it. For example, last night I couldn't sleep till late because I was talking to my AI agent, setting up some processes. It didn't work. I opened Claude or ChatGPT, just trying to understand what the mistakes are. And it's the thing which we cannot escape. It should be done by men. It should be done by women. Maybe women less open, or in less cases they try to use it. Preferably they would probably find some man developer or man who will be responsible for the tech part. I also have my tech partner with his big team, and he's very proficient, like PhD in AI. But at the same time, I cannot escape just to communicate with them properly, to understand what they're doing, what exactly their challenges are. I have to be like more acknowledged about these processes, right? So this will go that way anyways. If female entrepreneurs will be open to learn how to use AI, it can like they can be the first commerce from comparing to other businesses who are using this technology and who succeed due to this technology. So yeah, and as we can see, the startup founders, we have more and more female founders. There are a lot of institutions helping the female founders to raise money, to learn how to build startups, some acceleration programs, like a lot of mentors who already went through some path and they are ready to share the experience. Actually, I'm on that way as well. Once I understand how the process works, I'm directly ready to give it to someone who doesn't know this. And it should be like that. I think we should help each other. So yeah, my response to your question, yes, it will speed up any entrepreneurship, no matter female or male.
Great. And to finish this great conversation, amazing conversation with you, you're so smart and knowledgeable with so many parts that you have the pulse on so many things. I wanted to ask my last question about education, because I think that regarding to the future of work, one of the things that are going to be very necessary and very important is entrepreneurship. The other thing that I had been always trying to put in front is financial literacy. financial education, and now digital literacy. I think this is the three things that we cannot escape to learn. And even if we wouldn't like to open our business or be the one going to that journey, but that these are things that we need to know, and meanwhile we have the chance to have a job, take the chance to learn about this, so if the moment comes when you are not employable, or you are not under employment anymore, then you have options to move. But I wanted to ask you, what is your thoughts about education, if it's not for adults that maybe will go through this transition, about younger people, about kids or teens that are still in school and witnessing that the world is changing from the world of their parents to the world that they are going to inherit?
Yeah, definitely. I agree that the education system should be changed. And as a mother of two teenage boys, I must say that I go through all these processes, like seeing them learning the world, how it works right now, right? And if maybe 3, 5 years ago, we were thinking that, yes, my kids should know how to code. Right now, it's totally clear that this is not the crucial skill, because AI can do the coding, right? But they should know some other things. And, you know, the education system in general in the world, in different countries, it changes so slow. So we are now only right on the point when we came to understanding that we should add some financial education to the usual program, like program which they will learn anyways. But at the same time, the technology came to the point when you don't need coding. You should know, yeah, you can learn it, but at the same time, you should learn other things, how to be creative, how to learn like the change management, let's say, right? How to be flexible, because this is one of the main features of your personality, which will be valuable. So sure, we should start with adding some educational courses on the government level, I think, because it's not going to be easier, but it's crucial to raise the new society of people who are aware how to deal with the with the world, with the current situation. And also we should add the education for adults, like additional one, when let's say people who potentially lost their job can switch to some other positions or to some other skills which they develop very fast and which they applied immediately.
Yeah, indeed, a changing world. And I wanted to ask you now, for closing this conversation, if someone would like to enter in contact with you, or maybe take a look in the things that you are doing, where they can find you.
They can find me on LinkedIn by my name, Olena Kleiner. I think it's the fastest way, but also you can type my name in YouTube. You will find some interviews, which I'm also doing. And yeah, I'm sure internet knows my contacts. You will find me if you search, and I'll be happy to answer any questions if people have it. I'd love to share what we've built already, our results, our cases, because it's something which impresses people, and it impresses myself when we are having the results. I'm satisfied.
It's impressive. I saw it when we met, and really it's impressive what you are doing.
Thank you.
And we are going to put the links in the comment sections, for people can take a look in what you are doing, enter in contact with you, and start moving their businesses into the future.
Thank you.
And I just want to thank you. Finally, thank you for your time, for your thoughts, and your expertise. And I hope this is not the last time that we have a conversation.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tazars. We had a very interesting questions. Thank you for that, and I enjoyed. So thank you one more time, and have a good day to everyone.
Thank you. Thanks so much. And thanks to our couple of listeners. Remember, we learn from each other. I wish you agency and a wonderful day, and remember that the future was yesterday. Thank you and goodbye.
Hi, this episode is brought to you by Sala. Building for the future shouldn't feel overwhelming. Sala is an all-in-one solution designed to support you at every stage. From shaping an idea to AI-powered customer service. But Sala don't just focus on technology. They help you make sense of it and actually use it in a way that works for you. If you're looking to grow, adapt, or future-proof your business, check out Sala.